Launching and growing a successful salon is no easy task. It takes great stylists, great customer service, and a great location, but it also takes a great understanding of your numbers. So in this video, I'm going to give you a high-level view of the numbers that you should master before launching your salon. Now, the first thing I want to mention is that I put salons into two distinct categories. There's a salon model where you rent out booths to independent stylists, and then the salon model where you actually hire stylists as employees. Now, if you're simply looking to open up a booth rent model and need some help with projections, feel free to reach out to us at support@projectionhub.com. But in this video, I'm going to focus on building a salon with your own employees. So it really all comes down to your sales, your gross profit margin, and your overhead expenses. As you'll see, there's a whole bunch of levers that we can try to push or pull to impact these numbers. We're going to start with sales, though. For a salon, in almost every situation, the business is going to live or die based on getting enough regulars to support the salon with repeat visits. So job number one when you open is to target and acquire those regular loyal customers that will visit again and again. And in order to do that, you're going to need to bring in a lot of new people into the salon in the first place, right? So to start, we typically expect that you'll spend some advertising dollars to acquire first-time customers to the salon. You might do some direct mail with coupons or some online advertising to bring people in. Now, once that first-time visitor arrives, your goal is to delight them with the product, the service, and the experience so that they convert into regular customers. Now, why are regulars so important? Well, think about it this way. If you want 1,000 visits to your salon per month, wouldn't it be much easier to find 3,000 loyal customers that come once every 3 months instead of having to find 1,000 new people each and every month? Eventually, you're going to run out of new people to visit the salon, and you're going to have to rely on your loyal regulars. Now, according to an article by Towards Data Science, on average, a man goes to the hair salon or barbershop 5.84 times per year, or a little over every 8 weeks, while a woman goes 3.81 times a year, or every 13 and a half weeks. And a man spends around $22.93 per trip, while a woman spends more than twice that amount at about $54.34 per trip. Now, ultimately, your sales projections are as simple as your total number of visits per month, made up from first-time and repeat visitors, times your average ticket price per sale. Now let's jump into your gross profit margin. Now each service or product that you sell is going to have a different gross profit margin, right? Typical gross profit margins on retail products for salons is about 50% according to the salonbusiness.com. For services, there are different approaches that you can take. You could pay your stylists an hourly wage, whether they have customers or not. And you're paying them, or you can incentivize your stylist to bring in their own customers and pay the stylist a percentage of sales. Now, I've seen salons utilize a 40-60 split, so 40% of the services revenue goes to the stylist and 60% to the salon. So in this example, that means you would have a 50% gross profit margin on your product sales and a 60% gross profit margin on your service sales. So we've talked about sales and gross profit. Now the final piece of the profitability puzzle is your overhead expenses. These are expenses like rent, salaries, and wages for managers or front desk workers, staff that are other than your stylists, and then utilities and advertising, among other expenses. So you'll need to calculate all of your overhead expenses for your specific salon. And there's not really a great industry average we can use here because every salon is different. It's a different size, it's a different location, so rent is going to be different everywhere you go. Let's say for your specific salon, it all adds up to $10,000 per month. Now we have all the pieces that we need to figure out what it's going to take for you to be profitable. So I'm going to take you back to high school algebra class to calculate your break-even. Now to determine when you break even, the calculation will be monthly product sales times your gross profit margin on products plus monthly service sales times gross profit margin on services minus your overhead expenses equals 0. Why does it equal 0? Because when this equation equals 0, that means you're breaking even. You're not making a profit, but you're not losing any money. You're just breaking even. So let's take your sales projections, your gross profit margins, and overhead expenses and see if it looks like you can break even. Let's assume the following. $20,000 in monthly sales in services, $5,000 in monthly retail product sales. Then let's assume our $10,000 in monthly overhead expenses with that 60% gross profit margin on services and 50% gross profit margin on products. Now with these assumptions in place, your profitability can be calculated like this: 20,000 times 60% plus 5,000 times 50% minus 10,000 equals your profitability. So in this example, we end up with 12,000 plus 2,500 minus 10,000 equals 4,500 in monthly profitability. Now let's say you go through your sales projections process and you don't think you're going to be able to hit $25,000 in monthly sales. You have some options. You can find ways to reduce your overhead expenses, or you can find ways to increase your gross profit margins, like raising your prices. So there's the crash course on projecting your break-even for your salon. Now we have a financial projection template built specifically for salons that is going to help you lay out all of these costs and sales assumptions and just make this a lot easier for you. So next, I'm going to dive into the details of our template and actually show you how to build out your financial projections.